Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sudbury Interviews. Today we have Ashley Woodruff, and she's a singer songwriter, recording artist locally here in Sudbury, but also does shows out of town and has been performing professionally since 2017. Before we begin, you can find us on Sudstown and join the conversation. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. Hey, Ashley, how are you?
Hi, Danny. I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well as well. Nice to have you on. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
So, what have you been up to?
I've been up to so much. So, musically, I've been working on my first single since 2023. So, I'm super excited to release that. That's going to be released probably at the end of next month. So, I just finished recording that, and I've been, when you release music, you have so much to do behind the scenes, like creating lyric videos, getting everything ready for TuneCore, cover art. So between everything else, like work, I'm an educational assistant for the school board and I'm a university student. So kind of like balancing it between all of that. So yeah, I've been busy and I'm super excited for that.
What does music mean to you? What does it represent?
You know what? Music, I know it sounds so cliche, but music is my entire life. When I'm on stage, when I'm recording music, anything music related, I feel at home, I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. Um, so yeah, I guess about what it represents. When I was younger, when I was a little kid, my dad used to play around town. He plays piano and he'd play with various singers. Um, so I guess it's a core memory. Um, yeah, and I actually recently started performing with my dad this year. We have a piano and voice duo, so I'm really enjoying that.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
how did you get into the songwriting and live shows aspect of it?
Yeah, so I've been writing music. That's something I started. I remember being as young as like 8 and 9 years old. And I've always been, a big music fan. As I said, having my dad as my inspiration, and I grew up listening to a lot of music. It kind of came naturally, just something within me. So I started writing. I remember lyrics. I had my little book I would write in as a kid, and I'd share them with my family and stuff. And as a teenager, I would perform at school talent shows. And then eventually, as an adult, I started by finding YouTube instrumentals and I started kind of recording with those, learning a little bit about the production process and started posting those online. And in I worked with Rob Murphy for a while. So 2017 is when I started performing, locally and getting a taste for that, getting more into that. And yeah, I've been performing since then. I started, yeah, as I said, locally and then eventually around the province. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Um, yeah,
Do you remember your first paid gig?
my first paid gig. Yes, so my first paid gig was, it would have been in 2017. Um, and where was the venue? The first paid gig. Mm, I think it was here in Sudbury. It might have been at there was an old smoothie fruit bar. I think that was one of my first paid gigs. Do you remember the place Fruit Bar Juicery?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh my gosh, I literally performed an evening show there once. Yeah, I missed that place.
you did a gig at Frubar?
Yeah, they had live music for a short period of time. Yeah,
That's amazing. Good for you.
yeah, yeah, thank you.
Well, congratulations on your 12,000 plus Instagram followers.
Thank you.
That's amazing. How do you keep everyone happy?
You know what? Just keep being myself. Like to me, they followed me for a reason, whether they found my music or they they follow for like fashion because I really enjoy outfits. Just kind of put out the content that has drawn people in for the beginning, and just just authentically keep being myself. And the right followers, I suppose, will be attracted to that. Yeah, yeah, just be myself, really.
You've got a lot of videos on YouTube, so let's talk about your music a little
Yeah.
bit. The song called "Summer Love." What's that all about?
Yeah, so that's actually one of my favorite originals, and a lot of people, that's one of the more popular ones of my originals. So it's just about basically wanting to find love, find a relationship in the summer, have fun. And along with the topic, I wanted to be upbeat and a kind of summery instrumental to go along with that. So that's really what that vibe's all about, and just having fun in the summer.
How did you go about writing the song, actually?
So yeah, that's one. So I think for that, yes, that was one of the ones um, that I was looking at different kind of summary instrumentals, fun pop instrumentals on YouTube, and I kind of use that as inspiration. And yeah, that kind of got the lyrics and the melody to come to me. So I kind of got inspired that way. And along with that, yeah, we're just really thinking the summer's coming up. I really want to write a fun summer song. So that's kind of like the story behind that.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
always great to see local talent. And as you may know, I'm a big, big supporter of other musicians and with this show here. And most of my guests are musicians, but it's not it's not supposed to be just about music. But
Ah.
it's an interesting thing to be doing. And so, how do you feel about Sudbury? As a place to be a musician generally.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it, and honestly, I'm so honored to be part of a music scene with such talent. And I totally agree with you about supporting local music along with performing. I love just going out, watching bands, watching all genres, whenever I get the chance, because that's what it's all about, community, lifting others up. So I just am very thankful. And yeah, I love our music scene here in Sudbury.
So, what about your song called "By My Side" featuring Sheris McCaution?
Oh, Sharice McCaution. So, yes, that's actually my only song with rap in it. That's another one I wanted to switch up, bring some hip hop into it. Yeah, because I think sometimes it's fun just to explore different genres. Because if you take a listen, I have some folk sounding songs, some pop, fast, slow. So that was just a fun way for me to kind of switch everything up.
And I see that the video was filmed like on that bridge that they replaced downtown.
Yeah, so it was filmed, yeah, that bridge. You know what? I didn't even know they replaced. That's so funny. I actually haven't been down that way in a long time walking, but um yeah, we did film it on that bridge, the one going towards Bell Park. I thought that would be kind of like um kind of a cool scene for that. And yeah, I remember we filmed that in the winter and it was a lot of fun. Winter's just such a beautiful time. I love winter, it just reminds me of Christmas. So yeah, yeah.
So staying motivated is not an issue for you at all.
Oh, no, no. As I said, music drives me. It's like a big part of me. So it's no matter what I do in life, music's something I know for sure. I always want to be a part of my life, no matter what job I do. When I'm like 60 years old, 70 years old, I always want to be playing music.
Nice. So, what do you feel? What is one thing that you feel would make Sudbury greater?
Hmm. Oh, let me think.
Uh, that's a question I ask every guest. By the way, it's called the daily segment, so it's not just you. That wouldn't be fair, right?
Yeah. You know what? I guess, since we're talking about music, as much as I like out of Northern Ontario, we really are thankful to live in Sudbury. Like we do have a variety of venues, but I think, you know what, I'd have to say like maybe even more music venues, because think of it when you go to a bigger city like Toronto, for example, or or even Barrie, you know, you walk down the street and it's like music venue after live music after live music. So I think that would be something really cool. Even let me think, like Science North has, and Sudbury Performance Group hosts this at Science North, which it's always such an honor to work with them. I love how there's live music on the water, and you know you could order a meal and stuff. So I think Sudbury just, we're built around a lake. I'm surprised Sudbury doesn't have more restaurants on the lake, if I'm going to be honest. I think that's something else that could be a good opportunity for Sudbury.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, what are some of your favorite gigs around town here? Places you love?
Oh, places I love. Let's see. Um, I know anywhere is such a cliche. You know what? If I'm gonna pick one, I would say one of my favorite places I've performed at town, or sorry, around town, is I've done a few events at the Caruso Club, and it's just such a fun event, such a great sound of the room. It's such a big space. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, I'd say, to perform at events there.
In the main hall?
So I performed in both the lower and the main,
Wow,
and yeah, just the venue itself is just so much fun.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
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 it's a nice place.
yeah.
So you're doing like your albums when you release music. Is it the duo or is it is do you like put harmonies into it and stuff?
So this newest song here that I'm working on. So I'm actually working on it with Eric Miron from Dadbot and the Everyman. And yes, I wrote the lyrics, melodies, and there is harmonies, but it's my own harmonies. And he kind of worked with me to help compose that. So yeah, harmonies, I guess you could say there is, but it is all my own voice there. And then he, of course, composed the instrumental, and Joey did drums. So yeah, yeah, it's like it's always teamwork, but the harmonies, like the voice is always all me.
Right, right,
Yeah.
excellent. Great. So what else do you have going on with your life?
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, I'll talk a little bit more. I mentioned I'm an educational assistant for the school board and yeah, university. So I'm currently studying psychology. This is my third year. I'm just doing it part-time because, I work full-time, so I'll be in there for a little while. And along with psychology, I'm in Con Ed because I want to eventually move up to be a teacher. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride of everything, and I'm really looking forward to being done. I mean, I enjoy school, but the the yeah, I'm looking forward to, and sorry. um yeah, and just enjoying life. As I said, I love I love going out, having fun whenever there's city events, anything from Ribfest, for example, like just passed. I love anything being a part of the community. It's just so much fun. That's what life's all about, community.
Do you ever walk at the grocery store or in the mall and get spotted by one of your fans?
It's so funny. That's actually happened more than once. That's so funny.
There she
Um,
is.
it's happened, and I remember somebody like yelled my name out of a car before. I remember, so I worked at Tim Hortons for 12 years, literally forever, and I just quit a few months ago. And I remember I've been recognized at the window a few times, and somebody said to me, "Oh, what are you doing serving coffee? You should be singing." I said, "I can do it all."
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
So how does that
Oh,
feel for you? Do you like that?
it feels pretty cool. Like it's kind of validating knowing your music promotion, you're doing something right there if you're getting yourself out there enough. You're booking, you're booking around town enough. So it's pretty cool to know all the work you put behind the social media promotion and everything really is working because you don't know at the time, right? You're kind of hoping, oh, I hope I get my target audience right and I hope my music reaches the right people. So it's really cool, and I always enjoy meeting, people who are fans of my music. Like, yeah, I love it so much.
Yeah, that's really neat. It's like you get spotted out in public, and there she is.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, it's pretty wicked. It's so cool.
So, have you ever thought of doing a band at some point?
So I've actually worked with drummers like a few times in the past. Like for example, when I played the Caruso Club, because it's such a big hall, um, I brought drummers in for like a bigger sound. Right now, yeah, I'm really enjoying the duo, the piano and voice with my dad. It's a cool opportunity and it's something we've talked about for many years, like, oh, we should have a father-daughter duo. So it's cool for that to finally happen and, not only sing around Sudbury, but just kind of bring our music again around Ontario. Um, but yeah, like just to switch it up, as I said, sometimes for yeah, the bigger events, get for the bigger sound. So kind of cater for the venue.
Did you guys bring out your own equipment when you play shows?
Yeah, so we have our own sound system, which is super convenient because some places do have their own system, but you never know. When they don't, it's nice to have your own just to be able to bring around and your own generator if they don't have the power. So, yeah, so that makes life a lot easier.
Do you think that you would ever consider going to a different, like a bigger city, bigger marketplace for music?
Maybe. I know right now I'm kind of stuck in Sudbury because of school. That it is a possibility, but something I like about living in Sudbury is it's a good home base. You're only a few hours away from Toronto, or if you wanted to sing in Ottawa, you're close enough to there. So I guess to answer your question, potentially in the future, but as of now, I find Sudbury works really well for everything because it's a pretty good location. It's say if I lived somewhere like Thunder Bay, that's so far away, but Sudbury's kind of like a decent distance away from the bigger cities in Ontario at least.
So tell us about your song called "Make You Mine."
Oh, that was that was my first single I ever released onto Spotify, iTunes and stuff. Yeah, I remember writing that. Oh, let me think back. So I was really into a song by Tori Kelly called, I believe it's Nobody Love, and I was kind of trying to go for that vibe with that one, that inspo, and that the video for that was filmed in Chelmsford, and oh my gosh, I still had blonde hair back then. That was such a long time ago. But you know what's funny? That's actually my least favorite song I've ever released, if I'm going to be honest.
Your least favorite of your own
Of
songs?
my own songs, yeah. And I remember being really excited, really pumped to release it. But yeah, after I released others, and I feel like a lot of musicians, they have that one song or those couples they liked at the time, but it's just over time. In my case, at least, I think I've become a better songwriter. So I listen to like, oh, I could have done better, but it was a good experience. It was a good way to start getting my music out there. So I guess even though I'm not fond of that song out of my all of my originals, I'm kind of thankful for that to have been released and start my journey like officially releasing music. So it's like a bittersweet sort of.
And as far as like your favorite singers and influences go, who are some of your uh, favorite singers in the world?
Yeah, so growing up, I'd listen to a lot of Whitney Houston. I absolutely love the power behind her voice. So and just her stage presence, everything. So she's someone that's always really inspired me. I grew up listening to a lot of Christina Aguilera, Beyonce, because all these singers, yes, they said they're absolutely amazing vocalists. They have the stage presence, the talent. And I remember being younger, they were just people I would try and emulate. Um, yeah, I've sang their songs in like talent shows and stuff. Oh, another one, I haven't listened to her for a while, but one that I really drew inspiration from when I originally started singing as a kid was Evanescence. I remember singing My Immortal at a grade 6 talent show, and that was like my first, to me, bigger performance. There was like 100 people, but that was my first taste of performing. And yeah, she has an absolutely amazing voice. And I've been actually compared to her as well as Cher a lot, the sound of my voice.
Share, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I've been compared to Cher. Just, I guess, the look and the sound of my voice, like,
Wow.
because my voice is like a unique sound and like my hair, long, dark hair. So I actually get that a lot. People I know, strangers, I've had countless people compare me to Cher.
Well, that's definitely a positive thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely flattering. I loved Cher. Oh my gosh, her style back in the day, she's an absolute legend.
And we're due for a new one, a new Share, because she's a little older now, I think.
Yeah,
Big.
oh my gosh, she looks so good though. She's in her 70s though, I think.
So you're going to be the new Share.
Ooh, the new Cher, maybe just the original Ashley Woodruff. But if
Nice.
I want to switch it up, I could be the new Cher, maybe.
So what about your song called "The Feeling"?
Oh, the feeling. So, um, yeah, I love how the chorus sounds in that one. I was going for kind of like a Love on the Brain Rihanna type vibe. I don't know if it kind of shows through the song, but yeah, that's the kind of vibe I was going for. Oh, that one, yeah, that was a lot of fun to create. Um, yeah, no, I haven't sang that one in a while though. That's definitely one I should add to the show again. Um, Yeah, because as I said, since I started working with my dad, we've been adding like covers and some of my originals, and I'm always thinking of which ones I should add. So yeah, that's a good one, especially say if I perform around Valentine's Day. I think that could be, well, yeah, that would be the perfect song for that sort of season.
Do you make set lists?
I do. Oh my God, I'm so structured. I gotta have the set list. I can't just wing it. Not only do I make them, but I need them. So we have a last rehearsal before the show, usually like a day or so before, and I always create the set list, just so I go there, I know what's happening, know the order. Yeah. So all the time.
So how many of those songs are your originals on there?
So what I usually do, I kind of mix up covers and originals. Like I'll start with, excuse me, a few covers, and then I'll insert two or three originals per set. Um, yeah, just to kind of draw people in with some popular covers like some Chaperone, and then I'll say I'm gonna do some originals now. Yeah, so I always include originals in sets, and it's just a good way to promote them. And then usually at the shows, I got these cards made with my Spotify code, so I'll kind of hand them out and stuff, and I'll say if you like what you hear, they're on Spotify, anywhere you listen to music. So yeah, and it works. Yeah, so always I add some.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as far as songwriting, do you start with a melody or lyrics or a title? How does the process work for you?
So when I write, the lyrics and melody pretty much always come to me at the same time. Occasionally it'll be like a melody first, but typically they kind of come together. And I do the title last, usually something
Oh
related
yeah.
to the chorus, of course. Yeah, like typically it'll be lyrics and melody together for the chorus, and then I'll kind of like write the verses around the chorus, and then I'll do the bridge last, and then the title. It just kind of works out like that, kind of mix matched all over the place.
Beauty.
Ah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, for me, it's usually it starts with a guitar riff or something, and then the melody, and then the words. Different process, but
Oh, but it's an
um,
effective system. Yeah, that's awesome. Ah.
Effective system. So, where can we catch you next? Where's your next gig?
So my next gig, let me just on my website here. You know, I have a website and I say it's half for me because I
Yeah,
let's see here. AshleyWoodruff.com, by the way, if anybody's interested, all my links are on there. Upcoming shows, you could contact me. Little website plug there.
for sure.
So it's a place called Quail's Brewery. So it's in Oromadante, right near Aurelia. On October 4th is my next show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't remember any of my gigs either. I have no idea. I need my calendar. It's true. So I understand that for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So as far as Sudbury though, do you have one coming up this year?
I and I'm probably going to be booking more before this in Sudbury, but as of right now, I have something booked for November 27th, 6 p.m. at the Greater Sudbury Library, the LaSalle location.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that I can honestly say I've never played in a library before.
Me either. It's going to be a little interview slash gig, and I'm looking forward to
Cool.
it. And again, yeah, it's always fun to switch things up, new sort of settings. So I'm looking forward to it, you know? Yeah.
Well, when Blue Rodeo was in town about 4 weeks ago, and the one of the singers, Jim Cuddy, he went and did a little gig at Chapters, the bookstore, like a library sort of, but it's a bookstore.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And he was there singing during the day. So maybe it's a new thing that that's
Maybe.
starting up, and you're a part of it.
No, exactly. And you know what? I think it would be cool. And you asked me this earlier, so I'm actually gonna add something else Sabri needs. We need more live music during earlier hours. Like I love going out, later, but there's a lot of people who don't. So if they had more gigs earlier, I think that would also be beneficial. Even like afternoon gigs, I think it would be cool to have all day, no matter what, you could go somewhere. Okay, there's live music here at 1, there's live music here at 4. So I'm gonna add that to my list.
For sure. It was really
Yeah,
nice talking with you, Ashley. Sudbury interviews everyone. That's our episode for today. And for the record, you are episode number 36.
amazing. Thank you
And
so much for having me, Danny.
any last words that you want to tell people?
Um, Thank you for tuning in. And if you want to check out any upcoming shows, as I said, go to my website, ashleywoodruff.com, and they're all listed on there.
Perfect. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you, Danny.
Bye.